Stop!
Turn it on. Off.
Off!
Running the water maker is just a normal part of our everyday. And this is the first time it's ever gone down. Not an emergency, we keep a reserve tank, but pretty important piece of kit.
Women can do it the same way as guys do. We are not big as a bear, but we can still do it. It's not a problem about having the strength. It's about the courage.
This is where the rubber meets the road. I think it was the great Lenny Kravitz who said, sometimes you just gotta get away. You gotta fly away. So that's what we're doing. We're not going very far, but we just had to flap our wings today. The wind isn't exactly the right direction, but we're pounding up wind and it feels good.
I need the medical kit.
What?
The anchor got me. There's a little seizing wire. I had to take my gloves off for a second in a pinch, and I got pinched.
Oh, man.
So I'm gonna go get my waterproof Band-Aids.
Okay, do it.
We just got to Staniel Key. We're in Big Majors, and we're gonna go pick up this part. It's for the water maker, and hopefully this new pump will be easy to install, and we will be back better than ever with making water. Okay.
Let's label this better than Amazon. It's almost too incredible. The pump, this is our water maker pump that failed. It failed 2 days ago. That afternoon, I got on the phone. He had it in stock. He had it at Maker's Air the next morning, but literally delivered within 18 hours of ordering.
Now, the service was fast, but it came at a steep price. That pump cost $575, but to get it to Staniel Key cost $387. The charges for Maker's Air actually aren't too bad, but with customs charging 50% for importing the part, plus VAT and customs service fees, it was pretty steep. But when you gotta have it, you gotta have it.
Let's geek out for a second, shall we? This may or may not make the video, but this is the feed pump for our Spectra Newport 400 water maker. The feed pump feeds the seawater into the Clark pump, which pressurizes it to about 800 psi and pushes that 800 psi through the membrane, separating the salt out, and we're left with the fresh water. It's not just a normal pump, it's a magnetically driven pump. So it's a magnetically driven pump, so that if for some reason the pump is stopped by a piece of debris or the impeller breaks, the magnet will still spin and you won't burn up the motor. The actual installation is not that exciting, I gotta tell you. Oh, you are witnessing the glamorous side of cruising. Should have this thing fired up in just a few minutes. This is where the rubber meets the road. I'm actually gonna time how long it takes to fill up 1 liter of water, and then we'll know our output. Already the pressures are higher and it sounds like there's more water going in. Okay, assistant.
31, 49, 50,
So that's 80 seconds per liter. That's 11.88 gallons. So that's 12 gallons per hour.
Woo!
Yeah, so that's about a 60% increase over what we had before. Theoretically, this installation is supposed to give us it's 16.7 gallons per hour. So we're still a little bit below, but that could be long hose runs. But with our usage, we need to run this thing about an hour and a half to 2 hours per day.
Cool. Okay, I'm trying out a new recipe that my friend Tina gave me. PALEO pancakes. And they've got green plantains, 4 eggs, vanilla, butter or coconut oil, salt, baking soda, and applesauce. And Nick is testing them right now. They are not keto because you do put a little bit of maple syrup on.
I modified the recipe a little bit. I took the little bit of maple syrup, just put a little bit more on it.
What do you think?
Magnifique.
Are these good?
Yeah. You've already had them?
I have one. I had to test it, you know.
Safe for human consumption?
Yeah, I couldn't just give the captain some pancakes.
This is my reward for making water. I have made water. That's my best Tom Hanks.
I have made fire! I have made fire!
The thing I love most about this lifestyle is not knowing what's going to happen next or what fascinating characters we might share an anchorage with. Our detour to pick up the watermaker part led to a chance meeting with Mareike, an amazing circumnavigator on a mission to encourage, educate, and inspire.
Wish to tell everyone and bring everyone on the water because it's so lovely. And yeah, it's an addiction. I think everyone who learns how to sail either hates it or loves it and can't stop doing it.
I think seeing a female single-hander is like the epitome of feminine adrenaline. So I'm just in awe of anybody that single-hands, but I think because to see a female do it, you don't see it very often.
That's true, but why? I mean, a woman can do it the same way as guys do. There are only very little limitations. We have winches, we have even electric winches, it's not about strengths, it's about how you plan things. And maybe it's a bit provoking, but I would say women are the better sailors because they plan, they're more safety-wise, they are very cautious about everything.
So why do you do this?
Well, yeah, it's a question I'm very, very often asked. And, well, first answer is always because I can. I mean, I have the chance, I have the possibility, I have the background, because I'm sailing for more than 35 years now. It was my father, having boats, trimarans. Actually, I learned sailing on trimarans.
I think when I imagine, a single-handed situation, it's like the worst scenarios that we've been in that I imagine being, right? A storm or, something.
And it's not
right.
happening, right? Before my first single-handed trip, I was nervous. And I was thinking of, oh my God, these single-handed sailors, they're like, wow, I don't know, magic. But it's not. It's just you have to do it once and then you see how easy it is. Except for one thing, if the autopilot fails, I'm really, that's what we really, really need.
Yeah.
It's not about strength, so I think it's a bit about experience. Yes, you shouldn't just do it without knowing what to do. And that's what sailing is all about. Having an idea of there's a problem, how to solve it, best solve it before it appears.
Right.
Just take up a little sail, reef. If there is any problem, reef.
And maybe taking small steps.
Exactly. Yes.
Yeah. Women Who Sail is a group that's grown a lot on Facebook. I think it's got 56,000 women.
I had lots of seminars just to teach groups of women. Each one told the story and everyone says, oh yeah, me too, me too. And that gives you so much strength to know you're not the only one, you can do it. And that's what I love, really. Love telling the girls out there, hey, we're not big as a beer, but we can still do it. It's not a problem about having the strengths. It's about the courage. And it takes a little longer to find the courage, I think, for women to do stuff like that, but it's not difficult. I still think we learn most of what we do by sailing with other people and seeing what they're doing, and that's what I stepped into, taking people with me, telling them how to do it. And yeah, I'm meeting so many couples and so many women saying, oh, what you're doing is amazing. And I say, no, you can do it as well. Best is on their boat, actually. It's best to teach on their boat without the husband, who's sorry guys, but mostly know it better, and discouraging at the same time. So you need courage to know you can do it as well, because I love people to understand how beautiful it is. It was always, it's kind of a mission, if you want to say. It's really the wish to tell everyone and bring everyone on the water, because it's so lovely.
What was it about this particular design?
Wow, I need a seaworthy boat. That's most important. The form of the boat, the stability, the build is good, and that's the most important thing. It's a Nautitech 47, which is quite long maybe, but I wanted to have 4 cabins, 4 full cabins with bathrooms. But I was more or less set on this from a very, very first beginning. Which is, I need to cross oceans. Crossing oceans is just a lot of extra stress on boats. And these boats were built still very sturdy and strongly, very thick. Not as light as you wanted, but you cannot have both. So, and I wanted a boat which sails. It's a sailboat. I don't want a motorboat. I don't want to be up there like like driving a truck. And I'm very used to these helm stations, because the boat before I sailed was also 2 helm stations, and I really like it. So I have both opportunities. I can do and see the sail, very important for me. And I love the lines, definitely. These lines are just, yeah, she's beautiful. Would like a little more clearance, bridge deck clearance. I thought it was enough, but it's still slamming a bit, and I have to get used to that. Waves from the front are very, very strange because of the build of the trampoline, and I don't know, the deck attachment. When you have waves from the front, they just make their way up the hull and come like rain spray back to the helmsman seat.
Yeah, tell us what you've done to this boat.
The first thing was re-glue the keels. Yeah, there was no watermaker when I got the boat, so the kitchen countertop is completely new. Doing the winch service, replacing windows, new plotters, new AIS, lots of electronics.
Mareike is an extremely competent sailor and very knowledgeable about her Nautitech 47. We learned a lot. We actually put together a full boat tour, and Mareike tells us what she changed out, what she likes about the boat, what she doesn't like, what she's still working on, and things she's done to make this boat easier to single hand. So instead of trying to cram that into this video, check out the link below to the full boat tour, and you'll get all the details there.
Teching. I mean, we don't tech that much, we have to admit. We're trying not to do it.
Twice a day.
But if I have to do it, no worries.
We were so lucky to cross paths with Mareike before she heads to Haiti. This isn't her first trip to Haiti, and it's not just a pleasure cruise.
2010 with the earthquake in Haiti. That was this big catastrophe, and I couldn't just sail by and say, hope you're better. So I did a raffle with all my stuff, which I couldn't store, I couldn't take with me, and gave it all away for little money. And these were the donation, the first part of my donation. And there's this little anchorage in the southwest of Haiti, a little island called Ilavash, and there's an orphanage. And this orphanage was founded by an incredible Franco-Canadian woman, Sir Flora. She's amazing. She's 80-something by now. She built up this orphanage. By now it's 70 kids. And she spent her life for them. And it was so easy to give whatever you have to this person, trusting, no problem with, she would do the right thing with it, whatever. And I kept on collecting money, donations, getting people interested in helping kids. So I went 2011, first time. Just bought the stuff from the donations in Dominican Republic, brought it all over, because that's what we can do. We have boats. We can bring stuff to places where no one goes. And Haiti is a place where no one goes. That was aluminium catamaran, 50 foot. I borrowed the boat again and sailed again to Haiti and then on to the Pacific and around the world. Yeah, that was 2012 to 16. I sailed around the world.
So yeah, I would love to hear more about the foundation, how people can help, and can we, is it safe for us to bring our boat there?
Haiti is not a touristy place, and you need to want to help, that's definitely. But everyone can go. It's an anchorage in front of Ilavash, and our foundation even, it's not based on this boat only, because I don't even know whether I can have this boat forever. So I want to encourage other boats definitely to go and either get donations by themselves and do the shopping in mostly Dominican Republic and then bring stuff over. It's really, we're talking about rice, oil, complete basic nutrition, milk powder stuff. Or contact me, and we're also giving money to trusted people to do the same thing. But I want to include more boats. It's not only this boat who can travel, and we all have big boats and can carry a lot of stuff if we take the courage. Yes, and to go to Haiti we need a little bit more courage than being in like home waters here.
Welcome back to the Inside Clarity News Desk.
I thought you were welcoming me back. Oh, them. Oh, hey, nice to see you. Yes, the news desk. We've prepared it for you. Next week, we're going to talk about our behind-the-scenes process, and, well, this is us putting together the news desk. The news desk. I feel like we should just do like a news... Should we do the morning news
We
here?
should. Okay, first we're going to start with a breaking news of what's going on in the anchorage right now.
Yes, so let's go outside live to our traffic reporter to see what's happening. Obviously, there's some sort of turmoil here. Oh, it's the water taxi guys. Looks like they broke down. The cruisers have come to the rescue, and they're towing the boat away from the cruising boats, so I think we'll be okay. Weather. Do we need a weather report?
We need a weather report. Nick, what's happening live?
Very, very windy, and it's going to be windy all day long.
Okay, so we're at the news desk, and I'd just like to thank Mareike for spending time with us. Such an inspiring person.
Oh, she's amazing. Really enjoyed meeting her and seeing her Nautitech 47.
Yeah, super cool. And the foundation that she is using to bring goods and funds to Haiti is really amazing.
Yes, very admirable. Thank you.
I really
Mareike.
love her point. She's like, we've got these big boats, let's bring stuff to Haiti.
And if you feel like contributing to her cause, you can find all the details below.
Thank you, everybody, for joining us. As usual, a super huge, big, fantastic, gigantic thank you to
our patrons!
Yes, guys.
Thank you.
And thanks to you just for watching this show. We know there's a lot of content out there, and we appreciate your time. If you want to do something to help support this show without contributing financially, you can go ahead and smash that like button, give it a thumbs up, and that tells the Google gods that we are extra important. We get some sort of boost.
Or leave a comment or share it with your friends.
We really enjoy interacting with you, so please do that.
And patrons, check your inbox. We have a special Q&A on the Sugar Scoop this week.
Take care, everybody. We'll talk to you next week.
Bye-bye.